Hi everyone, so I'm back with another layout, and this is all about our day trip to Berwick upon Tweed, which is a really nice northerly town in England. And we only went for the day, but it was so nice, and we went by train. So we pretty much got it for free because we both work for the railway, so it was a really inexpensive day trip for us. And obviously we can't go abroad, so we're having to do all of our day trips and holidays in the UK at the moment. So I'm using this brown distressed paper that came from a really old Paper Mania collection I've had for years, and I'm trying to use up some of my old papers before using my new ones. And these are the photos that I'm scrapbooking. So this is of the bridge that you come in on the train. So obviously you can see the gantries, they're called, on top of the bridge, and this is obviously where the train comes in, so you get a really lovely view when you come in by train. And we went for a walk. As soon as we got off the train, we went for a walk along the river, and so we went under the bridge, and we just got some really nice pictures. And all along the river and along that side there was loads of like seaweed and all sorts of like sea life and, you know, sea plants and stuff like that. And I was thinking I really need some like sea themed stamps because I just don't have any, apart from this On Safari stamp set from Paper Mania, but it's not really sea life as such. It's got a whale and some little fish and this little seaweed, but I thought it was perfect because I just wanted something to like put at the border at the bottom of the page. So I just stamped with the Stays On black ink all along the bottom of the page, and then just decide where I want to put these photos. So I thought it was such a pretty town. We've never been before, and it's almost like, why have we not been? Because we can go for free, basically. So I don't know why we didn't take advantage of it before, but I think that's the good thing about the pandemic, if there is anything that's good about it, is that it has made people realise what's on their doorstep, and, you know, sort of just to appreciate little things and appreciate the things that you do have rather than what you can't do, because it will pass. And COVID will be hopefully a thing of the history books eventually. I mean, it will probably still stay with us just like flu does, but it won't restrict us as it is now, I'm hoping. I'm trying to be positive. So, yeah, it's just, you know, hopefully we can take the lessons that we learnt this year into future years, and we can remain just as appreciative and grateful for what we do have, and what we can do rather than what we can't do. So I'm literally just using some of these papers from the Nature Vintage paper pad that came from the works, just to sort of mat the back of my photos, just because I do like them to stand out a little bit on the page. And because they're not the right size, I have to sort of makeshift it a little bit and cut all around and stick them all different ways in order to create a border. But I don't really like wasting 12 by 12 paper just to get a background for the photos. I will quite happily cut and stick and things to make little borders. So yeah, so I get those all cut down and stuck on. And yeah, I've nearly finished my England scrapbook actually. I've got 2 pages left, and I think I've got some photos that I want to scrapbook, and then that'll be done. I would have filled another album just purely on England, which, if you asked me last year would I ever do an England scrapbook, I'd say nope, never. But 2020 changed me a lot in terms of my scrapbooking, so you will see the flip through of the England scrapbook hopefully fairly shortly. I'm just not very good at keeping up with it. I have a lot of videos just on my phone that I need to upload, and my craft hauls and all sorts, so I do try and get them out as quickly as I can. But with work and stuff, and I can't, at this time of year it's really difficult because the lighting is not great, and I don't have any fancy lights or anything like that, so I have to rely on natural light. But obviously this time of year it gets dark at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it doesn't get light until 8-9 o'clock in the morning, so it doesn't give me much time, and obviously if I'm at work it's hard to sort of do that. So hopefully I can sort of time it better. And as we come into spring and stuff, the light is a bit better. So I'm using these little 10 by 10 centimetre paper pads from the works, and it was the nature one, the vintage nature I think it's called, just to sort of create little borders around two of the photos, just to sort of add a bit more colour and a bit more sort of difference to the page. And then I'm deciding on these washi tapes. I picked out 3, but I'm only going to use 1 or 2, I think. That one I've just stuck down, that came from Wilko's, and it is a cute little one, but it's very clear. It hasn't got a lot of stuff on it, but I quite like it. It's quite sort of, yeah, just a little autumny sort of thing. It doesn't stand out too much, which is what I wanted really. So I just stick those in 3 different places. And then I had these cute little wood veneers that came from Paper Mania. I think they're like seaweed or rush. Is it called rushes? I think they are. I just put them down in 3 little areas. And I'm using my tacky glue, which I've actually now cut the top off. It was just so thin that it was just getting clogged up so quickly that I decided to cut the top off a little bit, because I didn't need it that thin. So I just cut the top off, and now it works so much better. And then I didn't know if I wanted to have these little leaves. I've got this tiny little leaf punch that I got from Hobbycraft, and they like punch out the cutest little leaves, but I wasn't too sure about them because I did them in the darker colours. They didn't really stand out, so I sort of put them to the side, and I don't know if I use them or not actually. I think I punched them more out of a lighter colour. And I just had these metal leaves that I got from the range a couple of months ago, and I only had 2 left, so I thought, right, I'm going to use them on this layout just to sort of use those up. And then I used these little post-it notes from Hema. I still don't know how to pronounce that shop. And I just thought they were cute, and they just looked cute with the little triangles on them, so I just put them in 3 different places, just to sort of almost like create like a back to where I'm going to put my embellishments and stuff. And then here I use my Scrabble letters. These only were £1 from the range or Hobbycraft or something, and I'm just trying to use them up really because I've had them for so long. And they're pretty good, to be fair. I've not actually run out of the vowels, which is what I normally do. I normally end up with just W's and B's and G's and H's and stuff that I don't, you just can't make a word out of. So I'm glad I'm actually be able to use these. So I spell Berwick and Tweed with these, and then I use tiny little alpha stickers for the upon. And I love these alpha stickers, these little ones here. They're actually my favourite. They're from Hobbycraft. I wish they did them in all different colours, but they only do them in like a cream, a white, a gold, and silver, I think, and maybe like a metallic pink. But I'd love them to do in like pastel colours or just normal colours, basically, just any other colours, because they're just so nice, and they stick, and there's so many of each letter that I've definitely not run out of them yet. So I do hope they bring out some more. They're only like £1.70 each as well, which is good. So yeah, so I just I didn't want to write the whole thing in the Scrabble letters because it would be too much, so I thought Berwick and Tweed was enough with the Scrabble letters. Sorry if you heard that. That was my cat going through his cat flap. And then I try to use these like gold epoxy. They're not epoxy. They're puffy, I suppose. Yeah, they're puffy. Stickers that I got from eBay, and I thought they were just really cute. So I used some of the arrows, and I think it's just the arrows I use, or maybe some little hearts. But they're really nice. I've actually run out of them now because I've used them quite a few layouts. But yeah, they came from eBay. When I'm just scrolling through eBay, sometimes I look through, like if I find a product that I like, sometimes I just click on the seller and look at what they're selling, and they do have some good stuff that I wouldn't normally look for on eBay, so that's where they came from. I don't know who they buy or where they come from, but they were just £1 on someone's eBay shop, so I thought I'd buy them. And now I'm looking for something to write on, basically, to put for my journaling. So I just find a nice sort of light piece of paper that I can sort of put for my journaling down in that corner. So this is where I cut it out, and I should have just used my trimmer because I was being lazy, but I cut it out by hand, and it was a little bit crooked, but I'm not sort of really pedantic with that. As long as it doesn't look horrendous. I'm quite happy for things to not be like dead straight. So that's when I decided I was going to punch out these little leaves, and I do stick a few on the page, but they look better in the light colour rather than the darker ones that I punched out earlier. And that little punch is so cute. It was only £1 from Hobbycraft, and I got loads of little ones, but the little leaves are so cute. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm sure I'll see you soon with either a flip through or a craft tour or a layout. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.